I had the NFL here in a summary of the NFL's gambling policy, education, and integrity monitoring efforts. This is a detail on 2024 NFL gambling policy. It says, don't share team inside information. And see, this is the, how are you gonna regulate this, ladies and gentlemen? You're gonna make sure that these old boys don't share team inside information. So you're telling me some damn crew member who ain't making jack shit to begin with, hates his life on the road, would do anything to quit it and just go live in a damn hut somewhere in Puerto Rico, ain't potentially going to share some team information to make a considerable amount of money, ain't gonna say, whoever's setting that tire pressure on that tire ain't gonna make a mistake that the crew chief will yell at him for later that he already, probably gets yelled at twice the time anyway. He's going to make that mistake that one time, but his friend of a friend of a friend knew he had to make that certain bet, and he knew that he wasn't going to win the race, and he had to set that tire pressure a certain way. So this is just going to be so intricate on, and once again, this is like stuff that proper sports do, and they get into the gambling departments. Cody Summer, of course, is a part of starting up Dirt Draft, that Dirt Draft that everybody loves to talk about, rant and rave about. I believe it's him, Jacob Norden, another investor that started up Dirt Draft. And when we had our interview with Cody Summer, we started into the topic of actually gambling, because Dirt Draft and real draft gambling is very similar. It's out there as well, not just the prop bets, but drafting a team just like you would on Dirt Draft. And that competition, instead of paying points for a T-shirt or some free tickets, it's paying money in positions to win. Instead of points, it's money. And he went into the subject and talked about how the regulation in our sport is just not there to kind of combat the possibility of somebody making some kind of backhanded, setup gig deal where, they're fixing the race to profit in a gambling scenario. I mean, 100,000 on Brad Sweet to finish the under. That's going to pay more than any event out there, and there's people with money who can actually make those bets. There's people who make those amount of bets and lose. We see it in combat sports. We saw, how Drake put $100,000 or $500,000 on Mike Tyson to beat Jake Paul. We all saw that as a fake situation, right?